back, guys.
Episode 2, Redzone Rumble Podcast. Today, just going to be talking about a little bit of everything.
Football, basketball, some boxing involving Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Some baseball.
Yep.
A little bit of it all. Still not soccer, so
Nope.
Still in the wrong place if that's what you're looking for.
No soccer.
But yeah, man. So, just like last time, start off with quote of the day. Dan, I'll have you read it.
So no matter the circumstances you may be going through, just push through it. This is by Ray Lewis, which is very, no matter what you're going through,
just keep
you gotta persevere.
Keep pushing.
Yep.
Push through. Great quote.
Very good quote by a great player.
Ray Lewis, great player. Hall of Famer.
Backdrop, if you guys
new
probably
backdrop.
see
Few new things back there. Some hats, new shoes, new jerseys, a little bit of it all.
the vinyls, you can see more
some
clear.
More vinyls, more posters.
Yep.
Did realize that the camera was a little tilted last time, so I think we fixed it.
Yep. You're welcome, Brady.
Yeah. If not, then sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
So yeah, I think we're just gonna hop right into it.
Yep.
With first topic of the day. Most impressive and most disappointing performances from OTAs so far.
Do it.
So yeah, let's get right into it. So number one, we got Jameson Williams.
Yes.
Yep.
Sources are saying Dan Campbell was really impressed on what he was seeing from him.
Said that
these
he's
past few days.
definitely said he's most improved. He's
So that's
hungry.
great.
He wants to compete.
Yep.
Great things from JMO. And yeah, man, I think it's good because, I mean, JMO definitely has the potential to be one of the best receivers in the league.
He does.
Real speedster. Just, he's one of those guys that if, he gets past you, you ain't catching up.
No.
So,
No way.
Number two.
So this is for my cousin Jackson. He was talking about it the other day. Micah Parsons not showing up to OTAs in a new defense.
Oh, yeah.
That's just not good leadership at all. And, you're going to go to a basketball game, but you're not going to, attend OTAs as, one of the not veteran guys, but you're one of the experienced guys. I mean,
Exactly.
you got to mentor your guys. You can't just not show up. But I guess we'll
Exactly.
see how that folds into the training camp. Obviously, he's
They've also said that he's not being a very good leader overall.
Yep. And this is also his contract year, so
Yeah, man.
he better play well, or
not
I
too
think
impressive.
he'll be gone.
Not too impressive from Micah.
No, not at all.
Number three, we've got Chase Claypool.
Yes.
Heard a lot of reporters that are saying that he has been performing, way
Pretty
above
decent.
expectations.
Which is very rare for him.
Including Sean McDermott saying he's been great, which, it's kind of, after the last, few years, what we've seen from him, it's, kind of unexpected.
Very.
Ever since he got traded away out of Pittsburgh, kind of bounced around a few teams and just hasn't really,
Whatever team he goes to, the team usually plays worse, which is very weird.
yeah, the Dolphins finished 2-6 after trading for him last year, which kind of
Bears
crazy.
the year before too.
Number four, we got Caleb Williams struggling with new look offense with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, that's what reporters were saying the other day, and it looked like he was, and it seems like they're getting it figured out. But still, as a rookie, you gotta. And same with JJ McCarthy too. I read something about him. They're gonna learn.
Oh,
But
yeah.
This is just an early. I just wrote. We put that down because as you're a rookie, you're gonna struggle.
Oh yeah. Obviously early struggles there, but I'm sure
They'll figure things
getting
out.
into workouts and all that good stuff.
Yep.
OTAs obviously as they progress. Caleb Williams probably shape up. Same with JJ.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously progressing through the season, we'll probably see a little bit of them throughout the preseason. Probably play about a quarter a game or so.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, I'm excited to see all the new rookies and how they perform.
Me too.
Someone I'm really excited to see, Chop Robinson.
He's gonna be really. He might be defense. He could be defensive rookie. I know that's who you had.
Yeah, I got Chop.
But I think he'll be good.
And also very excited to watch JJ. Just big Michigan fan. So
Oh yeah,
looking to see JJ succeed. And I think it'll be cool to see just how some of the rookies can shape up and just shape their new teams. Obviously, Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
I definitely think he's the answer for Washington. And obviously you got new head coach Dan Quinn. New look defense.
Oh yeah.
After all those Dallas guys came in,
Center.
which definitely makes sense because of Dan Quinn goes there. He was DC over at Dallas, so now
Right.
gets to show what he can do back in a head coaching role.
Yep.
Last head coaching role was with the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
His last year there wasn't great. I'm pretty sure that's the year that they ended up blowing like 7 15-plus point leads.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Felt like every game they were up by 30 and then found a way to lose, including a game against Dallas.
Yep.
I remember that. That was crazy.
Oh yeah. So the other guy we're talking about is AJ Brown, who's looking really good in just workouts. He looks really ripped and I guess looking better than ever.
Is what a lot of people are saying.
I said I'll probably draft him as my fantasy receiver this year, but we'll see.
Oh yeah.
But he is looking pretty good.
There also have been concerns about his attitude, especially towards the end of last season.
Yeah.
Started to kind of just he almost played the Stephon Diggs role with the Bills, and we know how Stephon Diggs was. He was just not happy where he was at.
Yep.
And it almost felt like that's how AJ Brown was after. I mean, his first year with the Eagles was outstanding.
Very.
All the way to the Super Bowl.
And next
he
year
was their best target.
Yep.
And I mean, he still is. Not taking anything away from him.
Yep.
You also got Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, all those guys. DeAndre Swift obviously no longer there.
Yep.
He's also with the Bears, which that's another thing, man. I think the Bears, if Caleb Williams can perform, they'll be a good team.
Yeah,
probably a wild card
I
spot,
agree.
but it's all up to that.
Yep.
So that's it for our most impressive and most disappointing performances from OTAs.
Yep. From what we've heard.
Yes. So that's just from what we've heard. Obviously, we haven't showed up and watched or anything. So
right.
Don't
attack us.
Yeah, don't attack us on that.
Yep.
So I think we'll head into our.
Guess we can do best division.
Yeah, we can do best division
in each conference, NFC North.
NFC wise, I'm probably going to say the NFC North. You got the Packers, you got the Lions, and then obviously Vikings and Bears are to be seen with their new QBs, new looks. But I mean also you got the NFC West, you got Seahawks, Niners, but I think the Packers are better than Seahawks, so I feel like that kind of puts the NFC North over the top.
Yeah.
And then AFC, I gotta go AFC. I gotta go AFC West. I think. You got Chiefs, Chargers, and then obviously Denver and Las Vegas are kind of shaky, but same thing. I just think that you got two of the best teams in the league.
Yep.
If the Chargers players can stay healthy, obviously Jay Herbo, if he can stay healthy, that would help.
Yep.
Excited to see what Jim Harbaugh can do as the new head coach. But yeah, man, I think
those are your picks. So for my NFC, I got the NFC West with Arizona, San Francisco, Seattle, and what's the other team in there? NFC West. Did I name all of them already? I might have. Yeah, San Francisco, Seattle, LA.
San Francisco, Seattle, LA,
and there's one more team.
I feel.
Oh my God, why am I blanking on them?
Yeah, I'm blanking too.
Why am I? I'm so stupid if I don't know this.
Why am I blanking?
I don't know. Who was the other team in there?
NFC West. I'm blanking.
Me too.
Well, time to look it up.
Let me see.
Because we're kind of becoming casuals at the moment. Let
me see. When I hear it, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, how did I forget?
Oh, you know it. Let's see.
It's just having a brain. I'm having a brain dead moment. Who is the other team? Arizona, Seattle.
Why is it not
the Rams?
Yeah,
I named all of them.
You got Niners, Rams, Seahawks.
Okay, so I did name all of them.
No, there's one more. I know
is there one more?
And I feel stupid. Don't blame us for this, please.
Yeah.
It would be appreciated.
I might have named all of them.
No, there's 4 per
conference, obviously.
4 per division.
Per division.
Why? Wait.
Yeah,
you did say all of them.
Yeah, I named all of them. Okay, I don't know why
you said
I was
Niners,
thinking
Cardinals, Seahawks, Rams.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you said all of them.
So I think that's going to be a competitive division. You got the Rams.
Our absence.
Yep. I think the Rams are going to be good. I think the Niners, are still going to run the division. And I think the Arizona's Arizona's going to have a sneaky little run.
Oh yeah.
AFC wise, I got the AFC North with the Steelers and the Ravens and the Browns and the Bengals.
Yeah.
The Bengals could be looking for a bounce back season. The Steelers could sneak into the playoffs. The Browns, which we don't know about them, but no, I think it's gonna be a good division.
I could
the
definitely
Ravens
agree with
probably
that.
win it.
I could definitely agree with those
Yep.
those picks.
Yep.
Especially the AFC North. I feel
Oh yeah.
kind of. I probably could have said that one, but
Yeah, I immediately thought of that one.
yeah. So those are our picks for best division in each.
Yep.
Or yeah, best division in each conference.
Yep.
So we'll head into our third topic here. Third topic is going to be
The biggest and best rivalry.
best rivalries
NFL.
in the NFL. So
In both conferences, so NFC and AFC.
we've
We
got a
chose
list of 10, but we've narrowed. We have 4. We picked 4 to be the best ones. And those 4 are Bengals, Chiefs.
Yep.
Uh,
which is pretty
and
obvious.
Bills, Chiefs for the AFC. And in the NFC, we got Eagles, Cowboys, and Lions, Packers.
Yep.
Just kind of, obviously the Bengals, Chiefs, and Bills, Chiefs have been a little more recent.
Yep.
And then Lions, Packers, and Eagles, Cowboys have, kind of always been, huge rivals.
Very.
Honorable mentions, we've got 3. We got Niners, Cowboys, another one that dates back,
Very good one.
long time ago. We've got
Ravens Steelers is on there.
We accidentally put Eagles Cowboys on here twice, but and then also we got Ravens Steelers as an honorable mention. It almost feels like I remember I think it was Lamar's rookie year, so 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think it was the last game of the year, and it was
Ravens Browns.
Ravens Browns, and the Steelers played somebody. I'm pretty sure it came down to that game.
Yeah, the Bengals.
To decide who was going to make it.
And Steelers got eliminated.
But yeah. I definitely think Bengals Chiefs, another, like I said, one that's been more recent. You had all the Burrowhead stuff.
Well, and he's 3 and give it to him. He's 3-1. And
That's true. 3-1 in Arrowhead. But yeah. So and then Lions Packers, like I said, one that kind of dates back to
way back then.
as far as long time. Especially that year, we know Detroit didn't make it, but they knocked the Packers out of playoff contention.
Oh yeah.
Dan Campbell went for it on 4th down.
Loved it.
That was a really good game. And then obviously last year, Lions Packers was just fun to watch.
Oh yeah. Except for the Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, the Thanksgiving game was
Not good.
not great, but I remember I think it was week 3, week 4.
Oh, and
When
they
they
played him
played,
earlier in the year.
Yeah, I think the Lions won 34
Yeah, they
to 20.
destroyed him.
Bills Chiefs, another recent one.
Yes.
It's really ever since Allen and Mahomes have come to the league. It's one that we see quite frequently, and it's always a good game. You had the
comes down to the
13-second
wire.
game in the playoffs a few years back.
Here's Tony.
You had last year.
Yeah.
Which
the Kelsey play,
yeah, that was heartbreaking
and
for
then
Chiefs fans.
the divisional game when Tyler Bass
Oh yeah.
wide right.
Oh yeah. And then Eagles Cowboys once again. One that dates back
I got some history.
a while ago. And see those two teams playing, it's always just, fighting all over the place, just
Like Jason Kelsey
oh yeah.
yelling in that guy's face.
I mean, it's fun to watch. So I
It
think
is.
we ranked them by most fun to watch, not, always, not going back in the history books and
Right.
watching every single game. Not we're just ranking them by most fun to watch.
Yep.
Most entertaining games.
Yep.
And then the honorable mentions, Niners Cowboys, one that dates back for a long time. You got the catch that game
Oh man, that's
back
a
in
good
the
one.
'90s. The catch 2. Just a ton of memorable games between those two, except for this last year. That was horrid. 42 to 10.
Abysmal.
And then our last honorable mention, Ravens Steelers, like we said, just one that, when the Steelers are good, it always seems to, obviously also before the Bengals, found their, true identity with Joe Shiesty and
Oh
Zach
yeah.
Taylor.
This dates back to Antonio Brown and Ben
Oh, yeah.
Roethlisberger.
Oh yeah, and Antonio Brown,
yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell going up against,
Joe Flacco,
Yeah.
Jacoby Jones,
you know,
Rich
um,
Smith.
yeah, just a ton of, memorable, games between all those, rivalries.
Oh yeah,
And like we said, there's, you can't judge us fully based off of history because we're not the oldest kids ever.
that's
So
right.
um, we kind of go off of,
What
games
we've
that we've
watched.
watched, games that we've heard of, games that we've seen, highlights of.
Yep, I agree with that. I agree with everything you said.
Um, so I think we can get into our fourth segment.
Fourth topic.
Uh, Playoff picks for the upcoming season.
Yeah.
We have narrowed it down and picked seeds for each team.
Yep. I'll let Dylan go first with his.
So I'll start with the AFC. I've got Chiefs as the 1 seed. I've got the Texans as a 2 seed. Bills as a 3 seed. I've got the Ravens as a 4 seed. I've got the Bills as the 5 seed. The Chargers as a 6 seed. And then kind of sneaky, the Steelers as a 7 seed.
Okay.
I feel like the Chiefs or the Texans is kind of up for number 1. And then obviously whichever one doesn't get number 1 will get number 2. And then number 3, the Bengals, just another kind of, if they can stay healthy, I think they, have a really good shot. The Ravens, I know a lot of people are probably, going to say that they should have been higher above the Bengals. But, and I mean, especially with the addition of, Derrick Henry in the offseason, and, obviously the Ravens always have a good draft class. Nate Wiggins,
Oh yeah, Nate Wiggins.
rookie corner. But, and then Bills at 5, another one I feel like people might say should be higher, but after what we saw last year, and then they lost their entire
team,
defense.
basically.
All their leaders of that defense. You lost Micah Hyde, you lost Jordan Poyer, you lost
Tre'Davious White,
Tre'Davious White,
on Diggs on offense.
you lost Gabe Davis. Obviously they drafted Keon Coleman. Which, that'll be fun to watch, but
Yep, as we explained last night.
I definitely feel like he fits the Josh Allen kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
And then NFC, I've got Lions as the 1 seed, Niners as the 2 seed. I've got Packers as the 3 seed, Eagles as the 4 seed, Cardinals as the 5 seed, Falcons as the 6 seed, and then I've got the Vikings sneaking in at the 7 seed. Another one, I just feel like the Lions have it this year, especially after what we saw last year. Niners is a 2 seed. It's just like in the NFC with the Chiefs and the Texans. It's kind of just going to be a battle. I feel like with those two for who gets number 1 and 2 seed.
Right.
Packers at the 3 seed. I feel like just after what we saw it towards the end of last year and in the playoffs, they definitely got a good shot at the 3 seed. I'd say.
Right.
Eagles at the 4 seed, just kind of, it's the Eagles. They've been good the last few years. They haven't really lost anyone. They've only gained talent. So, obviously one of the only notable departures, obviously, was Jason Kelsey retiring at the end of last season. We've got the Cardinals at the 5 seed. I just feel like with a healthy Kyler Murray coming into this year, you got Marvin Harrison Jr. now.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like they're gonna have a good year. And obviously, last year we kind of saw the flashes of the Kyler Murray that we know and that we've seen in the past. That game-winning drive against the Eagles.
The Niners to get the home field advantage too in the playoffs.
Oh yeah. And then Falcons at 6. I just really love the additions they made. Obviously you got Kirk, and then obviously the draft wasn't the greatest, but I feel like Kirk is kind of that missing piece. You got a new head coach. Thank God Arthur Smith's out. I've got Vikings at 7. Obviously there could be a little bit of bias here with the whole J.J. McCarthy thing, but another team that I feel like is too good to miss it, even if they only get in by a hair. Amazing receiving core, amazing tight end, amazing rookie QB. Defense is still pretty good, even though they did lose Danielle Hunter and Eric Kendricks. Another one that we forgot to say for the Cowboys, notable free agency signing, Eric Kendricks.
Oh yeah.
Because signed with the Niners, and then flipped to Dallas,
He
which
did. I remember that.
that was kind of crazy. But those are my playoff picks, so I'll let Dave
Okay.
go now.
So so you started with AFC, correct?
Yep.
So I'm gonna start off with NFC. For number 1 seed, I got the Lions.
Yep.
Number 2, I got 49ers right behind them.
Okay.
Number 3, I got the Eagles. At number 4, I got the Green Bay Packers. At number 5, I got the Atlanta Falcons. I originally had the Bucks on there, but I kind of agree with you with the Falcons with Kirk Cousins.
I could see the Bucks in there.
Yeah, and the Bucks. They can go either way. Number 6, I have Dallas getting in there at like 10-7.
Okay.
And then I have Arizona sneaking in at 9-8, like last night
Okay.
I said.
Oh, yeah.
And then AFC, I got Kansas City. Obviously, number 1. I just until somebody can beat them in the regular season and get them, up under 500. I think they're gonna get number 1 seed. I mean, anything can happen, but
Yeah,
at number 2, I got Houston, just like you had. At number 3, I have Baltimore, which could be a pretty good team this year. And then at number 4, I got the Cincinnati Bengals. At number 5, I got Miami getting in. At number 6, I got the Chargers. And then at number 7, I got the Steelers coming in.
All right. So we both got the Steelers as 7 seed.
Yep.
I feel like it's just kind of the Steelers is kind of one of those teams where it's like
A little sneaky.
you kind of gotta. I don't know. I feel like after the first 4 or 5 weeks of the year, we'll kind of be able to tell.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, they're gonna have to make a decision with. I mean, all this Justin Fields stuff coming out. Russell Wilson saying that, as we addressed yesterday, that Justin Fields can be one of the most dangerous players in the league at another position.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I feel like could be true because we
Kick
have
returner.
seen, he is an elite runner.
Kick returner, he would be sick, especially with the new XFL or UFL rule.
Oh yeah, and we've both got same number 1 seeds.
Yep.
Which, like I said, I feel like Chiefs in the AFC. I agree.
Yep.
Until someone can beat them, and even if they're not the number 1 seed, it still feels like they are.
We saw last year.
Just they're. The last few years, they're literally unbeatable in the playoffs because
Yep.
they've won the Super Bowl,
It's a
so
different breed.
obviously they haven't gotten beat. Kind of obvious, but
Right.
so that's
Cool.
our playoff picks.
So now we'll go into our biggest underdog for the season. So I did. Which one did you do? Both conference?
Yes,
you do one?
I
Okay.
did both conferences.
Yep, I did both conference. So you want me to start off with this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so for NFC, I got Arizona
Okay.
because I just think a lot of people are really still downing Kyler Murray and stuff. I was gonna put
Oh, yeah.
Bryce Young for this in the Panthers.
Oh yeah,
But-
I was thinking about that one too.
I do think though that Arizona might sneak in. I think the Carolinas a few years away from that, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
think Arizona is going to be the dark horse
That's
playoff team.
That's fair.
AFC, I hate this team with all my guts. I do have the Buffalo Bills as
Whoa.
as the underdog because,
Yeah.
including myself, I'm doubting them this year, and I will say people did that to the Chiefs a few years ago when they traded Tyreek Hill, and they did the same thing with Stephon Diggs, and anything can happen. So
That is true.
I'm just being an honest,
Very true.
honest NFL fan. Just want to be neutral about it.
Oh yeah.
Don't want to be too favoritism. People calling me a Chiefs fan. I'm being fair. That's
No,
I think
I
that's a
could
fair
definitely-
take.
I'm not a Chiefs fan, and I could agree with that.
Yeah, that's a
all
fair
the
take.
pieces that they've lost.
Oh yeah.
Plus, obviously a lot of people, saw just their downfall last year.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. But yep, those are my picks. I'll let Dylan go and pick his.
Biggest underdogs for me in the NFC, I've also got the Cardinals.
Okay.
I also agree with you. I feel like there's a lot of Kyler Murray doubters.
Too
and
many.
I just feel like there's just a lot of doubters in general, just all over the place with the Cardinals.
Everywhere.
But I don't think that they realize, how good of a, quarterback that Kyler Murray truly is when he's healthy, and
When he's healthy, and he's not playing video games.
yeah, when he's not on Call of Duty. And then AFC, I've got the Steelers.
Steelers. Ooh.
I just feel like there's a lot of people that, after watching Russ the last few years, they're gonna, constantly doubt his ability. And I mean, I would probably count myself into that group. He just hasn't really, hasn't been the same Russ ever since he left Seattle.
Right. I agree with that. That's a fair take.
The defense obviously is still, insane. You got JPJ, Joey Porter Jr.
Right.
You got Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, and on the offensive side of the ball, you use Deontay Johnson
Oh yeah,
to Carolina.
definitely.
You get Justin Fields. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, just I definitely could see that there probably are going to be a lot of doubters when it comes to Pittsburgh.
Oh, of course.
And obviously they play in what you ranked as the hardest hardest AFC division.
Oh
So
yeah. Anybody in that division is gonna make the playoffs.
yeah, I mean we see it almost every year.
If not all of them.
We see it almost every year that 3 out of the 4 teams in that division end up making the playoffs.
Always make it. Yep.
So yeah, those are my biggest underdogs for the upcoming season. So now
Awesome.
we're going to head into are the New York Jets legit contenders?
So I'll let you fire this one away since I
Okay.
did the underdog.
If I'm being completely honest, and Jets fans, you can hate me for this, I don't think they are. Um, I definitely think they're one of the most overhyped teams that we've ever seen. You've got Aaron Rodgers coming off of an injury, getting older. It's just I don't know. I don't feel the hype. Sometimes you can feel the hype with teams, but just I don't. I'm not on the hype train when it comes to New York. Um, and super teams never work. Um, you've got all these studs and all these, just all these guys that they're signing and all these guys that they're trading for are all they're all aging. They're all
Yep.
most of them are either high 20s, early 30s, and then obviously Aaron Rodgers 40s.
Yep.
So I just it almost feels like the Jets try to sign everybody.
They do.
They were pumped up about Tariq Cohen. I didn't even know he still existed.
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't either.
Ever since his,
That
I
injury.
think he ended up on the Eagles at one point,
He got hurt.
and then just injuries on injuries.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, I don't feel the hype with New York. So if I'm being honest, I don't think that they're a legit contender in the NFL this year.
Right.
I could potentially see them sneaking in, but they're not a contender when it comes to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because it's just not like I said. I just don't feel it. So
Right.
I'll let you fire your take.
Yeah. So I'm just not a believer. Now the defense, I love the Jets defense. I love it. Love it. Jets defense, it's there. Problem for me is the offensive line. If you can't protect Aaron Rodgers, you're not going to go anywhere. I mean, if he's going to get sacked 4 times a game, I mean, he tore his Achilles.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So the only guy on that team I can really root for is Garrett Wilson, and I really wish he was on a better team.
That's fair.
And I'm just not a believer. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is how old is he now? 40, right?
40 or 41.
Pushing 40, 41.
I think he's 41.
Yeah, I think he is. He might be, but he's no Tom Brady at all.
No,
Uh,
that's impossible to beat.
Aaron, he's so full of himself. All these Jets fans can hate me. He's so full of himself. All of last year he said he was going to come back. You know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Every week he was talking about coming back.
Every week he was throwing a football from
Yep.
his knees, and
Oh
everyone
my
was
God.
going crazy. And then
He's coming back this week too, I guess. It's
Yeah,
off
yeah.
season.
I guess it's off season. He's back.
Dude, it's just. But no, I agree with Dylan 100%. I just don't think playoffs maybe, but they're not going to beat Mahomes. They're not going to beat Josh Allen. They're not going to beat the Chargers.
They could be a wild card team, but I don't see them making it past the wild
me
card.
either. But yeah, that's my take on that.
But yeah, just obviously we both agree. Jets just.
Not there.
And
Not
I'm
there
with
yet.
Dayton on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, their defense is
I
astounding.
love Sauce Gardner.
Quentin Williams, you got Sauce, you got it's incredible the defense that they've built over the last few years, and it seems like everyone on their defense is so young,
Very young.
which is another thing that we can talk about. Are you going to be able to extend all those guys?
That's right, because you gave Rodgers all the money.
You gave Rodgers all the money. Sauce is going to be expensive.
Dude, yeah.
Garrett Wilson in a few years is going to be expensive.
Yep.
And Garrett Wilson, I also agree with you on that. Outstanding
I love
receiver.
Garrett Wilson.
Once again, wasn't a huge fan of him when he was at Ohio State.
Right.
Because it's just a guy that I, used to hate having to see Michigan go against. But
Right.
so, I mean, that's our take on the New York Jets, and if
Yep.
we believe that they can be a legit contender, like we said, we both don't think they can be.
Yep. And if they do, you got to let them play on the field and let their play do the talking.
Exactly. And like we said, we both think that they could potentially be a wild card team, but we don't think that there's any shot that they make it past.
There.
And I mean, the talent on the defensive side of the ball is incredible, but also, like you said, no O line.
Yep.
They've got a lot of young guys on the O line, so it's kind of one of those things you gotta play it by year.
Yep.
Because we see it all the time. One year someone could be horrible, and the next year they're like MVP. Joshua Dobbs was horrible all along, and then 2 weeks he was MVP candidate.
He was greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah,
he about 2 weeks
was insane. Moon Man.
Yep.
But
yeah, that's our
take on the New York Jets.
So
now we're gonna dip into the college football world.
Yeah. So shifting gears here, folks.
This is our first time talking about college football. Dayton does not watch as much college football as I do.
Yeah, I don't watch as much. I watch some, when I come for Christmas time when we're watching the bowl games, I'll watch those.
Oh, yeah.
At my dad's, if it's on, I'll watch it. I'm not as big as a fall as you are.
Yeah, I'm a big college football guy. College football is, my football,
Right.
I love the NFL, don't get me wrong, but
right.
College football, I've always grown up watching college football more than the NFL.
Right. Well, you're also raised around it too.
Yeah, and I appreciate the atmosphere.
Atmosphere is so much.
I mean, at Michigan Stadium, Michigan Stadium holds 111,000 people.
There you go.
And that's double some NFL stadiums, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's double some MLB stadiums, which is crazy. And that's a college football team. This isn't, this isn't the Canton, Ohio Stadium we're talking about. This is college football.
I agree.
So I'll let Dayton go first with his college football picks. I'm pretty sure he just picked his
I
national
picked my
championship.
Yeah, I was confused on what we were actually doing for the picks. So I put it says for the favorites, it's Georgia and Ohio State right now, but obviously Michigan could get in. Bear with me here, folks. I don't know that much about college, but who else is in that Ohio State? Who's all in Ohio State's?
You got Oregon, USC, Michigan.
Okay. Michigan, I would say.
Yeah.
Georgia,
I would definitely agree with that. Georgia's got Bama, Texas, Ole Miss.
I'll say Alabama and Georgia probably got the best shot. And Ole Miss maybe.
I definitely agree with that. I've picked 12 teams because obviously this year they're expanding to the 12-year playoff or 12-team playoff, which I'm super excited for.
There you go.
And I'm pretty sure in a few years they're expanding to 14 teams. It'd be like a little mini March Madness, which I was excited to hear when they had finally announced that they had came to terms and they were going to do it.
That's awesome.
I've got 12 teams. I've got Georgia, Ohio State, like you do. Just two outstanding teams. They always have talent on both sides of the ball. Always have players getting drafted constantly. I've got Michigan. Not as many returning starters. New head coach, new defensive coordinator. But it's still Michigan. Even if they're, the 10 seed, I feel like they definitely have a shot at making it in.
Oh, yeah. Anybody does.
I've got Alabama. Same thing with Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan. Always talent on both sides of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
I've got Texas. Just after what we saw last year.
Watching Texas.
Beating Alabama week 1.
Yeah, I was watching that.
And then they made it all the way to the college football playoffs. Heartbreaking loss to, UW over at Washington.
Yep. We were watching that, remember, in the hot tub.
Yeah, we were sitting in a hot tub in a cabin watching that.
Yep.
I remember I ran inside.
Yep.
To watch the final play, and Ewers threw it up. I think it either got tipped or it was overthrown.
If they would have scored, I think they would have won.
Yeah, because it was the last play, and they were at like the 10 or 15-yard line. It was insane. So I got Texas. I've got Oregon. New quarterback Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma. Oklahoma QBs just love leaving.
Oh yeah, you know that.
And Oregon's just always, I feel like been, or not always, but over the last, 3 or 4 years, they've always just kind of been within the top 15-10 range. So I feel like they definitely have a shot at being one of the top 12 teams.
Right.
7, I've got Ole Miss. Jackson Dart, incredible QB. I don't watch a ton of Ole Miss football, but I do know that a lot of returning starters. Great head coach. coach, great OC. So probably will have to watch a little bit of Ole Miss football this year.
There you go.
They always seem to compete when they play Alabama, which is always a good thing. I got Penn State. You got Drew Aller at QB. You've got obviously a few guys that got drafted. You don't have Chop Robinson any longer, but another great head coach in James Franklin. And they always have to. They always have one of the best defenses in college football, which is a typical Big Ten thing.
Oh yeah.
Ohio State, Penn State, all those teams. Michigan always have good defenses.
Right.
I've got LSU, which might shock some people, but obviously without Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, a lot of people probably don't see it happening. But LSU, another one of those teams that no matter who's starting at QB, no matter who the head coach is, no matter any of that, they're always within that top that top 25.
Oh yeah.
The top 25 range.
Right.
I've got Arizona. They got that one QB. I can't remember his name. Can't remember his name. I remember watching him in a bowl game against Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, he just looked
remember that game.
incredible. He just looked incredible. And I remember watching that game, and obviously rooting for Oklahoma. A lot of family down there. You guys, if you saw episode 1, I do root for Oklahoma in their
Me
games.
too. Oh yeah, me too.
But I almost, I thought to myself, I kind of want to watch some Arizona football this upcoming year, just to, because I mean, this QB is incredible.
Oh yeah.
Number 11, I've got Florida State. Obviously, you lose Jordan Travis, you lose Trey Benson, you lose Keon Coleman. A lot of guys that are no longer there, but at the same time, their recruiting has gone super well. Great head coach.
Right.
Just last year, I mean, we really saw Florida State. If it wouldn't have been for the Jordan Travis injury, then I mean, they probably would have, been in the college football playoff and probably would have had a legit shot at making it into the championship.
Right.
Number 12, I've got Notre Dame. I believe Kenny Minchie will be the starter this year. Redshirt sophomore. And just like the other 4 teams I've said, Notre Dame, another team that always seems to find themselves within the top, 15-ish range. And just not a ton of guys entered the draft this year out of Notre Dame. Use Sam Hartman.
Right.
But even then, I mean, they weren't incredible last year, but they still ended the year, within the top 25. And, you've got a new QB, new situation.
Right.
Yeah, that's my
Cool.
12 teams I've got making it in. So we can go ahead and head into our next segment.
Awesome.
Which is, do we think Michigan or Washington is more likely to make it back to the Natty
National Championship.
I'll let you start this one off.
So I watched it last season, and I was rooting for Michigan the whole time. And I do think Michigan has the best chance to make it back because they still have some good players on the team. Not all of them left. And they also hired a pretty good coach to take over. And no, I think that they probably had the best chance. Washington lost Michael Penix Jr., just Rome Odunze, right? That's another one.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think Michigan probably has the best chance. You probably know more than me.
Yeah,
But,
that's I definitely agree. I said Michigan as well. As Dayton alluded to, Washington lost. Almost I'm pretty sure that they lost. 17.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
15, 17 starters to the draft.
Holy crap.
Also, they lost their head coach.
Oh yeah, I
Moved
forgot
on
about that.
to Alabama.
Yep.
And-
I remember that.
I mean, it seemed like it was 5 minutes after Saban retired, and they just hired
Yep.
DeBoer. But
That's right.
Michigan, a lot more returning talent.
Yep.
You still got Donovan Edwards. You still got obviously there's going to be a new receiver room, but you still got Samaj Morgan, speedster. You still got Colston Loveland.
Yep.
Excited to see what Alex Orji can do.
Oh, yeah.
At that quarterback spot. He's someone that plays like the Anthony Richardson, Cam Newton style football.
Yep.
Just big guy, can run the football real well, strong arm. But yeah, I definitely think Michigan has a better shot because, like I said, Washington just, I mean, they almost lost their entire starting lineup from
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
that was crazy.
Lost a ton of defense in the draft. Um, Lost a ton of offense in the draft. Lost a ton of defense that transferred to Alabama when their coach left.
Yep.
Lost a ton of offense as well to Alabama. But yeah, it's definitely. I think we can both agree that Michigan
Oh yeah. If
has,
I'd have to choose one, it'd be Michigan.
yeah, has a better shot. Especially because once again, Washington just lost almost everyone, so including the head coach. So,
Yep.
but yeah, so we'll head into our ninth topic here, which is who will be the next or who will be the best team in the new respective conferences, Power Five football. So that's the SEC, the Big Ten, the Big 12, the ACC, and the Pac-12, otherwise known as the Pac-2. There's two teams. So um, I'll start us off here. I got for the SEC, I got Georgia or Alabama. I
Okay.
feel like
Yep.
it's kind of just one of those obvious ones. Texas obviously also up there. I just feel like Georgia is one of those teams that they're just unstoppable most of the time. Um, Big Ten, I've got Michigan. Um,
Okay.
could be some bias. Could be Ohio State. Could be Oregon. Those are probably the three teams I'd say have the best shots. But for me, I'm going to say Michigan.
Gotcha.
Big 12, I've got Colorado. Obviously, with Oklahoma and Texas leading the Big 12, and Colorado, I mean, they did lose a lot of guys that transferred out, but you got Shador Sanders, you got Travis Hunter, um, just a ton of just talent all around, and Coach Prime, great head coach. Um, but yeah, I think Colorado has the best shot at winning the Big 12. With the new look after Oklahoma and Texas leave.
Right.
ACC, I've got Florida State. I feel like that's just kind of the obvious one. It's either them or Clemson. And
Right.
just after what I saw from Clemson last year, I'm pretty sure they only finished like 6-6. Um, and then they lost a few guys to the draft, but I definitely think Florida State has the best shot. And then the Pac-2, I've got Washington State. It was between two teams. Washington State was incredible last year, and so I'm just excited to see what they can do this year. But those are my
Awesome.
teams to win.
Cool.
In the new Power Five conferences. So I'll let Dayton go with his.
Awesome. So SEC, I have Alabama as well. So I basically I've chose one teams for these, but I'll go Alabama and probably Texas for SEC.
Okay.
And for is it Big Ten, right? That Michigan's in.
Yeah.
I got Michigan in that.
Okay.
And ACC, I got Florida State.
Okay.
And Pac-12 or Pac-2 rather. Pac-2,
yeah.
right? Pac-2, I said up in the air, but probably Washington State.
That's fair.
And then in Big 12, I got is it called Pac-12?
No, Big 12.
Big 12, I got Colorado as well.
Okay.
Because of Shador Sanders and Travis
yeah.
Hunter and Coach Prime.
Oh yeah. So that's our take on who we think's gonna win their conferences in the new Power Five look.
Yep.
So we'll head into our 10th topic of the day, which
is our
gets into our
extra
extra topics actually.
Yep.
MLB, NBA playoffs. So yeah, we're gonna give you our takes on all this stuff. So most surprising, which MLB team has been the most surprising this season? I'll let Dayton kick this one off.
So I think I'm gonna start off not a little biased, but a team that I like to watch. I like to watch a lot is the Kansas City Royals. They've been playing pretty well. And like Dylan said earlier, he said the Guardians have been playing pretty well. And no, I just it's fun to watch here and there. I'm not a big baseball guy, but I like to watch Bobby Witt Jr. I don't know any Guardians players. Dylan probably knows a few, but those are my picks for who's been most surprising.
Most surprising, I got Cleveland Guardians as well. The fact that they went from the number one pick to the best in their division in a year is insane.
That's beyond me. That's crazy.
Jose Ramirez, one of the best third basemen in the league. Obviously, he is a DH at times. But yeah, the Guardians have just been incredible. They've had a few huge win streaks. I'm pretty sure right now they were on a 9-game win streak. I don't know. I haven't checked today. I didn't watch their games, so not sure if they won. But yeah, Cleveland Guardians have just been spectacular after a pretty pitiful last season and just a few seasons before. But so yeah, I think we can both agree on the most surprising MLB team being the Cleveland Guardians.
Oh yeah,
Because like I said, they've just gone from the number one pick to the best in their division.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
unheard of.
and obviously the Kansas City Royals are only 3.5 games behind.
Yep, and
So
they've have not been playing well in years previous. I've looked.
oh
They have
yeah,
not been playing well at all, and then for whatever reason this year they played. I mean, Bobby Witt Jr. has been
Bobby Witt
great.
Jr. has been great. You got Pasquantino at first base.
Yep.
He's been great. Um, but yeah, so that's our picks for most surprising MLB teams. So
Yep.
now we're gonna dive into our early picks for the World Series / World Series winner.
Okay.
So I'll start us
Yeah, you
off
could
here.
start off with that one.
So for the World Series, I've got Guardians versus Phillies or Cardinals. Obviously, I had to throw the Cardinals in there because it's my team. So and the Cardinals have looked good recently. Things are starting to be on the come up, but I'd say Guardians Phillies probably. Um, a lot of people would probably say, as of right now, Dodgers Yankees. Um, just because it's the Dodgers. Dodgers always find a way, and then the Yankees have looked incredible this year.
Oh yeah,
Best in the AL.
unfortunately.
And if I had to pick one to win, I'd probably say the Phillies. Um, another team that's been out, just incredible. First team
Yeah.
to 40 wins this year. Um, they went, I think, 29-6 over 35 games earlier this year,
Wow.
which they haven't done since Grover Cleveland was president,
That's crazy.
which is wild. So I'll let Dan go with his World Series prediction.
So I have the Dodgers and Yankees in the World Series. Uh, two of the top teams in the league. I think the Yankees. Aaron Judge. I actually went to one of his games a few years ago. It was awesome to watch. The Dodgers have been playing pretty good past few years. I don't know any Dodgers players, but I like to watch them. But no, I think I agree with what you said too about the Cardinals and all that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Dodgers and Yankees, and if I had to choose one team, it'd probably be the Yankees because you know how they always. I mean, history shows it.
Oh yeah. I definitely agree with that too. Obviously, Dodgers ended up with Shohei Ohtani through free
yeah.
agency. And the Dodgers just super team.
Very.
Another reason I don't have them in is because, like I said with the Jets earlier, super teams never work,
Yep.
no matter the sport.
Yep.
We saw it a few years back with
Cleveland Browns.
yeah, the Cleveland Browns. Everyone thought that they were going to be the greatest team ever,
Oh, I know.
and then they just they just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
So now we're going to dive into the world of basketball. Basketball.
Yes.
We
I'm
got
excited.
Mavs or Celtics. First question, Mavs or Celtics?
So I got the Dallas Mavericks winning in 4 games. I think I have them winning 4 or no.
5 games, 4-1.
5 games, 4-1. I got Mavericks winning. I got Luka winning MVP, and they've just been so fun to watch. And I really hope that Luka finally gets what he deserves.
Oh yeah.
And I'll let you give your take on who you got.
I definitely agree. I said Mavs in 6. So 4-2.
Okay.
I also have Luka as the MVP. Just incredible player. He literally can do it all.
Kyrie is good too in the late game.
Oh yeah, and Kyrie's
man.
looked amazing so far in the playoffs and the regular season as well. But I think the Mavs were a team that no one was really expecting to make it this far.
Oh, including me. I had the Timberwolves in the finals.
Well, and especially a lot of people thought that Denver was gonna be back.
Yep. Which
And
thank
Timberwolves
God they
upset
lost.
them. But I agree with you on the whole. I want to see Luka get a ring. He definitely deserves it.
Oh
after
yeah. Yeah, he does.
the career he's had so far. He just deserves a ring. He's been one of the best players ever since he entered the league. Which there's no doubt about that.
Oh no, no doubt at all.
So yeah,
Never
we definitely agree on that. The only difference in ours is how many games. Stain's got him in 5. I got him in 6. And we were talking about it earlier. Celtics usually they make it all the way, and then they can never finish in the finals.
Yep. And And the Mavericks,
We
it's just
saw it
been,
a few years ago
yep,
against the Warriors.
that's right.
Um,
This past season, I think didn't they get like to the semifinal and lose?
yep, they always make it far, and then they just can't, push through. Um,
The thing about Jason Tatum, people talk about him being an all-time great. You gotta come up clutch when it matters.
exactly.
Can't just win, when it doesn't matter. You gotta come up.
Oh yeah.
And Luka and Kyrie, I tell you what, Kyrie Irving in the fourth quarter, oh my God.
And I mean, it's a killer combo with Luka and Kyrie. I mean, it feels unstoppable, and I mean, it really is.
Oh, yeah.
Luka, one of the best passers in the league. You got Kyrie, who just one
Great
of the best
closer.
dribblers,
Very good closer too.
great shooter. Luka also a great shooter.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that we can both agree that we've got the Mavs winning it
Oh
all.
yeah.
Luka MVP.
Yep.
So we'll head into our next topic. Um, have the Mavs or Celtics been more impressive this postseason?
Yeah. I think the Mavericks have been really, really impressive. I mean, like you said, nobody expected them to make it this far. The Celtics, like you said, have made it, multiple times and always find a way to lose. And I think the Mavericks just they have the edge in this NBA Finals with the best. I think the best duo in the league, honestly.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they're up there, but yeah, that's what I think. How about you?
I definitely agree. I said Mavs as well. Just because, yeah, like you said, as we alluded to earlier, no one really. I don't think there were a ton of people that expected the Mavs to make it this far. And on the other side, I feel like there are a lot of people that expected the Celtics to make it this far. So,
Oh yeah.
um, and just the last few years for the Mavs have been disappointing. You got the best point guard in the league in Luka, shooting guard, small forward, whatever.
Right.
And you've got Kyrie last year, and they just still couldn't get it done. So I think a lot of people thought it'd be the same old,
Right.
with them. Just a ton of disappointing stuff. But yeah, I definitely would agree that the Mavs have been more impressive.
Very.
So we can definitely both agree there. Which I think will bring us to our last
Yep.
topic,
Our last topic
or
of the day,
second
I
to
think.
last
Second
topic,
to last one. Yeah.
which is Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Yeah. So reports. Was scrolling through, the same old in the morning, on Instagram, and it was something from Bleacher Report or something. I don't know what site it was. It says something about a delay in the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight due to Mike Tyson receiving treatment, and it's gonna be delayed from July 20th to we don't know what day it's gonna be postponed to. So it sucks because I wanted to watch it here with you guys, but I just hope Jake Paul gets his ass beat.
Oh,
I really do.
agreed. And I think it will happen. It's still
Hopefully.
Mike Tyson, no matter how old he is.
Right.
And
I
I mean,
just hope it's not rigged.
yeah, and if it is rigged, I think we would be able to tell. But
Oh yeah.
like I said, I mean, if you're Jake Paul, you're kind of stupid for calling out Mike Tyson because,
Very.
like I said, Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson, and there's no changing that.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I definitely agree. I think Jake Paul gets knocked out
Oh,
quickly.
I would hope so.
Mike Tyson comes out swinging. But so, yeah, we can definitely agree there. I think
Yep.
we both got Jake Paul losing.
Oh yeah.
Which brings us to our last topic.
Last topic, which
Little, little thing I think I found on
Bleacher Report.
Yeah, Bleacher
Bleacher
Report.
Report. So let me look
Typing
this
it
up
in
here.
right now. Here we go.
Yep.
I can't even remember what it was actually. I just put it on there like 30
Yeah, I
minutes
don't remember. It was oh.
ago. Oh, that's what it was.
So back to the Mavericks and
Back to the
Celtics,
Mavericks. Celtics. Last time the Mavericks made the finals, Jason Kidd was the starting point guard.
which is crazy.
And that is, insane to think about. Obviously, the last time they made it, they had Dirk.
Oh yeah.
Dirk Nowitzki. But I mean, I remember I was scrolling through X, and I just thought that was, insane.
Very cool fact.
Just kind of, wasn't really. It's not something that you, really think about usually. When you think about sports, you don't think about, how long certain things have been.
Oh yeah.
You don't. People don't think about, how Dallas won a Super Bowl. It's been longer. I don't know how to word this.
It's been so long since Dallas has won a Super Bowl.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to word this.
Bear with them, folks.
Um, it's been longer since the Niners have won a Super Bowl than it has Dallas.
Yeah?
Which is crazy.
Or has been, you mean? Or do you
No.
mean one?
Yeah, it's been longer.
Been longer, yeah.
It's been
they've
longer.
made it a lot, and then they've lost.
They've made it a lot, but they've lost. And, Dallas won it, I think, the year after the last time that San Fran did, back in the 90s.
Back in the 90s.
The triplet days.
Look at old days. My dad knows those days. He'd start crying talking about them.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff you never think about when it comes to sports, and one of those is, how long certain things have been.
Yep.
Since they've happened, or, since they've occurred.
It's like the Tom Brady Patriots dynasty.
Yeah, it's been, 4 or 5 years.
I don't even know.
Since the last time he suited up in a Patriots uniform.
2019 is when he threw the pick six.
Yeah, 5 years. Logan Ryan, pick six in the wild card round.
I was on a plane.
I remember jumping up and down because it was, the Patriots aren't, going to the Super Bowl.
Yep, and that's when the Chiefs that's when it all started.
Oh, yeah. So that's going to take us to our outro. Just want to talk about a few things that I forgot to mention last episode. Feel free to leave questions in the comments. We will answer.
Yep. Shout out to you guys who came from TikTok today. Another post will be coming soon.
Shout out to everyone, man.
Yes. And whoever wants questions, man, don't hesitate to ask.
Don't be scared to don't be scared to ask questions.
If you guys,
we will answer. We'll answer truthfully.
We are about bringing people together, not dividing people.
Yeah, so we're not ever just gonna ignore your comments. We're gonna try to respond to ones frequently. We're gonna try to, like Dane said, we said it in the last episode. We want to build a community here.
Yep.
Of just friends, and make it like a family.
Make it a family, and just make us because it's a very just the sports world today is really divided with just fans. How upset they get. We're just about bringing them together and not
giving them something to talk about.
Yeah.
And letting them just hear our opinions on things.
Right.
And,
that's
people can laugh about it. People can be mad at us, but at the same time,
it's
it's just
our opinions.
We just want to bring people together, man.
Yep.
But yeah, don't be scared to drop a question down in the comments if you have one.
Because we do respond.
At the end of each episode, we will have some of your comments written down, and we will respond to them.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's basically everything for today.
Yep.
It is a little bit of a shorter episode.
It is.
Yet, we do realize that yesterday's was a bit longer, and
since we had a lot to talk about,
mainly because the intro was a little bit longer. Describing to you guys, who we are, what we, what our goal is,
what our business would be.
So, the last one I think was like what, an hour and 40-something minutes.
It was.
This one's going to be
this
about
just a little
an hour.
bit. Yeah,
a little bit under, or we might, it might be an hour. I don't know how much more there is to talk about, but like we said,
we need to come up with like a thing where where the people that are like, what do they say? They're like, stay for the sports, come for the stories, or something.
Oh, like a slogan?
It's like come for the sports, stay for the stories, or something.
Yeah, we need a slogan.
We
might come up with one. We might look one up.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, there will be a new backdrop, or at least updated. Just stuff on the bed. We got new jerseys, new hats on there today.
And
the football and the helmet and the baseball bats will always be there.
Oh,
those
no
won't
matter
change.
What. And another thing too, guys, if you guys want to be a special guest on the show, you guys gotta comment, let us know. We always respond.
Well, hit us up on Instagram, anything,
any socials,
socials. If you want to be a guest, hit us up.
Yep.
We'll find a way to get you on.
Yep.
And it might take a few episodes.
Yep.
We do record a little premature.
We do. We're close. We're about 3 away from 20 subscribers.
Yep. So looking to keep pushing out videos, build up our community, and yeah, just really see what we can do. Excited to keep on pushing. Real excited. But yeah, so kind of to review everything today. We talked about OTA standouts and disappointments.
Yep.
Talked about best rivalry. We talked about best division.
Yep.
We dove into the college football world a little, talking about baseball.
Yep.
A little bit of basketball. And Talked about our World Series prediction, who was the most surprising team in the baseball side of things. Mavs or Celtics, um, who was more impressive, who we had in the finals. And we also talked about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight.
Yep.
And then lastly, we talked about that little Bleacher Report tweet that came out.
Yep.
That the last time Mavs were in the finals, Jason Kidd was the point guard. So yeah, that's gonna be all from us today. You guys will probably be seeing this Saturday morning.
Yep. Early.
So yeah, pretty early. It'll probably be out around 6 or 7, probably 5, 6, 7-ish.
Sometimes.
So yeah, just looking forward to the next episode. We will probably be recording that either tomorrow or Sunday. Probably tomorrow night. Because, like we said, we're going to try to push out as many episodes as we can to start this, community building project. So, that's going to be all from us today. I'm Dylan Rodriguez.
I'm Dave Jones.
That's it from us.